Hello, I J Vijay Jadala Vijay Chandra welcomes you all in behalf of VC Tech Education YouTube channel. I am an educator, researcher, freelancer, resource person, author, and YouTuber. Before going to in depth into today's concept, I request you all to subscribe. Today's topic is write a research paper in 7 days. Day 1. Once again, I request you to subscribe, like, and share. First topic on day 1 is write a title and abstract. Everyone should concentrate in writing a title, and abstract is the first page which attracts the readers regarding your research. So please concentrate in writing a title. You should keep some keywords in your mind. Based on that, you have to write the title. Write a title. After selecting the research area, search for latest research related topics where research is still going on. Research is a continuous process, so it's better as a research scholar to select problem which is evergreen and which has future scope. You select your graduate or postgraduate project and start from where you stopped. At this stage, please take the advice of your research guide or professor. Once the research area, research topic is selected, the next step is writing research title. The title should be effective, easy to understand, should indicate accurate information about the subject. The title should be able to explain what is there in research paper. So there is much importance for the title. It should be very catchy, easy to understand. The title summarizes the main idea of the research. The title should be in a stage that it should explain the content and purpose of the research paper. The size of the title should be about 12 to 16 words, not less than 4 words. The title should capture all the relevant aspects in your study. Generally, the title will start with some captions. Let's see them. A case study of, an experimental analysis of, design and implementation of, an implementation of, the purpose of, a comparison of, a practical implementation of, research issues and scope of, detection and prevention of, an approach to. These are the some starting phrases of your research title. Then the keywords key points which you have to remember when you are writing a research title is, first you select 2 or 3 titles on your concept, you write by your own, then check with the Google or any search engine to avoid the duplicate titles, and your title should be a unique title. If not, it will come under plagiarism. The title summarizes the main idea of your research. It should be a complete sequence or a complete sentence which give a sensible the next, write the affiliation. That means you should be able to write regarding the author's title, where you have the author name, designation, affiliation, email, ID. Generally, the academic research paper consists of 3 authors, the number 1, 2, 3, where the corresponding author, the main person which you are, will be having a asterisk, and these all will be as a superscript. So after the name, if 1, 2, 3 will be there, in one of them the asterisk symbol will be there, that is the corresponding author who is corresponding regarding the research paper. Generally, the student will be the corresponding author, where the professors will guide them in writing the research paper. So title, giving title, affiliation is also, after title the affiliation is a main concept. Not only the name, author, designation and other things, you have to give your university or college name and official address, and even emails should be declared there. So a affiliation will have all the details regarding the authors. Then comes to the abstract. Abstract is the most important part of the research paper. We can say it as a heart of the research paper. An abstract is a brief summary of research. It is an overview of in-depth analysis of research topic. It should be able to explain the purpose, statement of the problem, experimental methods, mathematical analysis, comparison with existing problems and proposed problem. Finally, it should able to explain the final result with the graphical analysis. So the abstract is a main important concept in a research paper. It is a brief summary. Usually it should be as a 1 paragraph, and it should not be less than 500 words, and it should cover all the major aspects of your research. It should explain the basic design, the study and final findings of your result, and analysis should be given, whereas comparative analysis, experimental analysis and the research quick review will be the abstract, and it should be written in an italic so that it will have some discrimination with the regular paper. And you have to keep all your skills in writing a abstract, since it is the most important catchy thing for the reader when he is starting the, after the title, the most important concept here is the abstract. So we discussed what is about the title, about affiliation, about abstract. Now the topic is demo regarding how you have to select the title and abstract. You will have some keywords in your mind. This research topic, already you selected a research topic in your guidance of your professor or a research guide. Then you will have a idea of research team also. Now you are going to prepare the abstract as well as the title. For that you need of the keywords, at least 3 keywords you should have in your mind. Regarding my example, I taken 3 keywords. One is I taken as the brain tumor, then machine learning, then deep learning. So my research will be boundaries of my research is brain tumor, research regarding the deep learning and machine learning. So these 3 are the basic concepts which I am using. So I am going for an IEEE Explorer using the Google. Then in IEEE Explorer I will search for these 3 major keywords, that is, one is the brain tumor, another is the machine learning and another is the deep learning. These 3 concepts will be typed in the search bar. so that you will get all related paper, already existing research will be available here in IEEE Explore. Once you get the titles, different titles with the matching with the keywords which we given will be displayed there, and even you can see the abstract of it, authors and all other things. I will suggest here, select the new titles, select the new titles, newly written papers, and especially I won't suggest you to check the conference papers. In spite of conference papers, you search for the journals. Journals are the most important for a research scholar. The research scholar should read only the journals, and that too which is having a high standard. So select the journals. See, you can observe the lock symbol, red color lock symbol and green color lock which is open. That means there are two types of research papers which are displayed there. One are free to read, that are open access, and one are which we have to pay some amount to open it and to read, that will be indicated with red color lock symbol. Okay, now I selected one research paper where I want to read the abstract as well as the title. The best way to select the title is select 3 or 4 research titles, write on a paper, and in mixture of these 4 or 5 titles you can easily frame a research title. So it will be very convenient for you to frame a research title in this way, and also you can read the abstracts of 3 or 4 abstracts which are interrelated with your research. After reading those 3 or 4 related abstracts, then you understand what to write. And I already said that at least 500 words should be there when you are writing an abstract, so that it will have a clear idea of what is going on in your research. So see here, abstracts are free to read, so you can read 4 or 5 abstracts or 10 abstracts and gather the information and change or mix it and change it and implement it and prepare a new abstract which is of 500, minimum 500 words, and here you have even should write some keywords. I opened one research paper so that you will have some idea. It has a abstract, then keywords will be there, then after keywords introduction part will be there. You can see introduction. If any diagrams are there that we have to use, the block diagrams are most essential. You have to write the next step after the abstract is the introduction. Then literature survey, that means review of the research, previous researchers, what they did, how they did, where they what they find and what are their findings, what is the future research which can be done, and most of the research nowadays is going on the data sets. So it will be in machine learning or deep learning, we use the data sets and proposed model. So based on the existing model, based on the limitations of the existing model, you have to select a proposed model. Without without having any idea regarding a existing model, you can't write a proposed model. So you have to read so many research papers, at least 10 to 15 research papers, 21 to 50 research papers you have to download, you have to print them. See, you can even see the results, and result analysis is given in a tabular form. Then after the result analysis, graphical analysis, and after graphical analysis, the output result pictures of the output. Then comes to discussion, overall discussion, that is nothing but the conclusion here in this paper. This is the paper which I taken as an example to show the overall of a research paper, overall study of a research paper. So here I want to say one thing: you have to print at least 20 to 25 research papers on related to your research background. Print them one side, spiral it, and write your notes. Then only you will be a good researcher and your paper will be very excellent. Now day 1 is completed. Now day 2 topics are the most important topic, that is the introduction. Every researcher, after completing the abstract, he should able to write about the introduction. Introduction is the major part in the research. The topic is how to write introduction. So there are some steps to be followed how to write the introduction. So for the introduction of the topic, you need a number of textbooks. First, the basic will be written in the introduction. So some textbooks should be written, should be read. So introduction should be able to express the major concept of research paper along with the intellectual boundaries. It should able to explain pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages of the research. It should brief the existing methodology along with proposed methodology. It should able to explain the purpose of research and how you justify the title. So it should even give some background information describing your research problem. So these are all the key points which you have to remember when you are writing about the introduction as a part of your research paper. Tell the reader you are planning to carry out the research paper. What research you are going to carry out, that should be explained clearly. You have to give definitions, notations, important information required to understand the paper. Use the textbook for the related topics and the related resource. So the main resource at this section will be the textbook. You have to read from the fundamentals, beginners, intermediate and expert level of the concept through textbooks. Different levels of textbooks you have to read. Don't worry how to get all those textbooks. As a demo part, I am going to explain you how to download textbooks freely. Freely we can download electronic books, e-books without paying any cost. Actually they will cost if you purchase online through Amazon or Flipkart. It will cost very high amount, since these all are the research books. These are not normal textbooks. So first step is go to Google, type the research related title or that to get some PDFs. Okay, type research related topics, then say PDF, then download it. That is one way. And another way is we are going to Amazon to purchase the book. First we will check how much it will cost. I am selecting penetration testing for hacking. Since why I am taking hacking means, say if you want to provide the security, you should know about hacking. Once you know about hacking, then only you should do the security. So these are the most costliest books. It's cost around 2,900, around like that, the penetration testing book. So now I will tell you around 2,900 to 3,000 book with a free of cost. Not only that book, number of books you can download free of cost. So search in library Genesis, type library Genesis in Google. You will get the Wikipedia. In it clearly explains that you can get some free books. So in it, the first URL you select LibGen, then you will enter into this particular thing, library Genesis. In search bar type penetration testing for hacking or something. What is the exact title there? You write that. See here, not only that book, related 3 or 4 books we got. Among that, the second recheck again, penetration testing, recheck it, the title which suits it. Yeah, exact title we got it. penetration testing, same. Okay, the title is same, everything is same. Go back, you will see the minus there. That means sometimes it will be deleted by copyright law, so they will keep in not only one place, 5 or 6 places. This is also a type of hacking the resource. So as a research scholar, you should get the resources. So go to -1 and get the, click on get, then automatically the ebook will be downloaded to your downloads file. You can open it with any PDF Acrobat reader or any PDF reader or even Internet Explorer, and you can read the textbook. So many number of textbooks are needed to write an introduction part of your research paper. So you have to download related textbooks. So once you download the related textbooks, you can understand that what to write as an introduction. So day 2 is completed. Now we are going for day 3. Okay, day 3, how to write literature review related work. You are going to write about literature review and related work. That means already existing scholars, what they did, how they did, that all you are going to write here. So in this topic you are going to write how to write literature review and related work. It is a survey of research intellectual resources that provide an overview of existing research. It is a collection of most relevant and significant publications. It should able to give you a review of related ideas and scientific theories about and experimental evaluations of related existing research. This is all about the existing one. Based on this existing one only you are going to write the proposed research. So this topic is also very important, that is literature review and related work. So you should give the related work of different authors. You should start in 2019, John et al. Introduced the concept of, don't forget to give this concept in the paper of the references. So here citation should be given. Et al. Means others, that means that John, not only John, remaining some people are there. So end of the paper description you have to give in a square bracket 12. That means in 12 you have to give all the details regarding the John, that is the reference. Take only the latest references or take only the latest research papers when you are writing a research paper. When you are writing a new research paper, think the references should be latest one. Now it is 2020, so maximum 2 years, 2018 and 2019. And even if you get some research paper, good research papers in 2020, that also you can take. Before going further, please subscribe. Hope this video is very useful for you. You enjoyed this video. Before going to in depth into the today's topic, I request you all to subscribe. Please see the video until end, then only you can get knowledge of how to write a research paper. Now we are going to see the demo how to download the research papers. Since I already said in IEEE Explorer some will be green color with lock open, those papers only you can read. If not, you have to purchase them. So it is a big task to purchase them. So how to do this particular work we are going to see here. So go to Google, type IEEE Explore, go to Google, type IEEE Explorer, then you will go to IEEE Explore. Then you have to use the keywords which I said earlier. For my research example, I taken brain tumor, machine learning, deep learning. Those three are the examples of my research: brain tumor research, machine learning and deep learning. So these are the matching content. So once I enter into it, I will see number of research papers related it, but all are red locked, except one or two which will be a green open, that is open access. Remaining all will be red locked. So if you want them, you have to pay amount about $13 to $14. When you convert it, it will be around 1200 to 1400 rupees. So in spite of spending that much of money, there is a way to get these papers. See, when you click it, it will ask annual subscription, that means it will be in dollars, or institutional subscription, that will be the amount will be paid by your university, or you have to pay by yourself for each paper. So these three different payment methods it will say, but I don't want to purchase it, I want it to get freely. For that purpose, what I will do is, I will select the paper and I will select the URL of the paper, copy the URL of the paper. Once I am showing you, after if it is a open access, you can see the if it is a green color lock, you can see total paper, but if it is a red color lock, it will be difficult for you, you can't see the paper what is going on there. So be careful regarding it. You have to not only the open access, you need not only the open access papers, you need the papers which are even locked. You can't purchase it. As a research scholar, I know how much difficulty in purchasing each paper. It's a very expensive, around 1400 to 1200 it will be there each paper. Since until for completion of your research, it will take around 200 to 400 research papers. So downloading all these is not a easy task. So for that, we are going to have a small trick or a hacking method, or it's a legal only, no illegal thing it is, no copyright law will affect, since freely we can get from the when you search in a Google, you will get that. So what you have to search is, you have to search SCI hub, hub. Every time they will change the extension of it, since as per the copyright it will be locked, and again they will open another one, and again they will open another one. So this type of thing will be going on. I think you all know about the movie rules. Pirated of the movies you will enjoy through movie rules. The same thing here also, the research papers can be opened from this particular website, that is known as SCI hub. First you copy the URL which research paper you want, and open the from Google, type the concept, then you can see SCI hub. A crow is there with some necklace or key. Okay, small, when you are very small, you might have listened a story, a crow will take a something like that. Okay, so here a crow with the key is your identification whether you enter into a SCI hub. Then paste your URL there, then the paper will be downloaded, paper will appear there, you can read the paper, you can download the paper, you can print the paper also. Once you completed day 1, day 2, day 3 concepts, just you revise all the previous concepts, how to write a title, how to write an abstract, how to write introduction, how to write literature review or related concepts. Then now the topic is how to write problem statement. The problem should be understood by you, and you have to explain this topic, chapter or paragraph. You have to describe the precise issues of what you are doing research, set the objective or aim of the research, discuss different approaches such as block diagram, algorithmic approach, mathematical approach, computational approach and scientific approach to solve the problem. You should be able to explain different understandings, opinions, views towards the problem in different directions. You should be able to explain the problem in different directions. It is a research proposal. The problem statement is nothing but a research proposal. It is a conceptual significance of the research. It should revise the introduction. From introduction, the next step, it should be interlinked with the introduction. Focus on the practical research problem. Answer where and when the problem arises. What attempts to be made to solve the problem. What are the limitations of solving this particular problem? This all you have to take consideration when you are writing the problem statement. Set aim to determine, explore and investigate. Identify the methods can be adopted. Understand the existing problem statements. So these all are the different concepts or key things which you have to remember when you are writing your problem statement. Since this is a most difficult concept, writing problem statement, it will take you total 1 day thinking about the problem, reading the existing problems and then writing your problem statement. It will take much time. After this, day 5, you are going to do mathematical analysis, computational analysis, experimental analysis, graphical analysis and result analysis. Mathematical analysis, you can take any of your friends' help who is a good mathematician. If you are working in a college, you will get your colleagues will be mathematical professors will be there. You can take help from them in mathematical analysis, and you should learn the basics of mathematics. And majorly the mathematical analysis, the major part is backbone is the probability and statistics are basic background or basic backbone for mathematical analysis. Learn probability and statistics before you start the mathematical analysis. Take the mathematical concept or rule that suits your problem solving method and start working on it. The better way to try and understand what are the mathematical concepts in existing related literature, on it you start writing your analysis. So before going for a computational analysis, you have to write the mathematical analysis. Once your concept is mathematically proved, then only you can write it in the computational analysis. So here in computational analysis, MATLAB and data science, both are the backbones we can say. For the data science, Python, machine learning, deep learning are the major concepts here. Concentrate on simulation softwares that suits your research. These softwares help you to prepare an environment which looks like a real-time environment. The model design and implementation of this using the simulation software is a great thing. It gives a real-time environment. Hello. Regarding the next step is experimental analysis. After completing different analysis, now you are going to have the experimental analysis. Experimental analysis is basically three types. One is regarding the stimulation based analysis, one is regarding the real time environment analysis, one is about the case study. That analysis is called as pre-experimental analysis, that is case study. Then of experimental analysis, that is stimulation based. True experimental analysis, that is real world scientific problem solving. So experimental analysis is the major concept here. After the mathematical analysis and computational analysis, the next step is the experimental analysis. You are going to do different experiments, you are going to collect the data samples, you are going to do experiments, and based on the results you are going to do the graphical analysis. What is graphical analysis? You are going to represent the results in an easiest way in a graphical methods. Using graphical methods you are going to display the results. So graphical analysis is the best concept in the research methodology. The backbone for graphical analysis is MS Excel and data science. Majorly Python we will use for graphs, and MS Excel also we can use for graphs. In data science you are going to use Python, machine learning and deep learning. So graphical analysis can be different types of graphs can be given, and these softwares will support you to give a best graphical analysis. There are different types of graphs available, that is line graph, bar graph, scatter plot, box and whisker chart, pie graph, area graph, map graph, stock graph, surface graph, radar graph, tree map graph, sunburst graph, histogram, waterfall, funnel, combo, and other different graphs are there where you can use for your research. Depending upon your problem you can use any of these graphs. Actually generally bar graph and line graph regularly used, scatter plot also occasionally used. But if you use new graphs, then only you will have a good command on the graph analysis, and acceptance of your paper will increase. Then about the results, how to write the results. The results will be generally written in a tabular form. Most of the result analysis is given in a tabular form. And next, figures, graphs also, the modes of giving result analysis. It is you going to compare the previous findings, that means earlier research, with your findings in the result analysis. Result analysis is nothing but the comparison between the existing research and your research, and you should be able to show that your research is much better or better than the existing one. Then only then only you can say your purpose is fulfilled. Thanks a lot for watching a long video, and before going further I request you to please subscribe, like, subscribe, and even share to your friends. As this is a new channel, I request you all to subscribe this channel to your friends. Subscribe it and share this channel to your friends. Now it's around day 6, last 2 days. What you are going to do? Already result analysis is also completed. Then what we have to do? We have another 2 major concepts, that is right about the conclusion. Conclusion is also the major part, and future scope. What is the next scope for this particular research, and how you are going to conclude it. The conclusion and future scope are both of the major concepts which we will write at the end of the research paper. So you have to concentrate regarding conclusion also, how important the abstract and introduction, the conclusion also in the same way. The conclusion is also most important concept here. It should able to narrate the main idea of the total research paper. Most of the conclusion will be summary of the research paper. It should able to show the strength of the research paper. It should explain you research findings. Use the following words such as in summary, in sum, to conclude, in closing, overall view of the paper. So these are the keywords which you are going to keep in front of the conclusion paragraph. Next, the final thing is the future scope. Future scope is the next concept. Here, it should able to narrate the limitations of the present research and from where the researcher should start from. That means whatever you want to write, you written, you concluded it, and you given some work for the future people who are going to continue from where you stopped. So that is about the future research. Then comes to the demo. I am going to give you the plagiarism check demo. This is the checking of the plagiarism. Plagiarism is the how far genuine your research paper is, how far unique your research paper is, that you are going to check by using the plagiarism softwares which are available online free. There are some softwares known as Turnitin, Urquhart. So these are the costliest softwares, whereas what I am showing is the free software where you can check your research paper, how far it is genuine and unique. So copy and paste up to 100,000 words in and paste it in the box column shown there, and then click on the check plagiarism. Click on blue check plagiarism, blue button which you are seeing there, that check plagiarism. Click on there. It will search with all the files available in the internet, and it will show where you did mistakes. That means where you copied. Please, my advice is here is not to copy any of your research content from any other sources directly. You have to read the research content and you have to understand it and you have to rewrite it. As per the analysis here, around 76% is genuine and 20 change, it's having plagiarism. I went and click on the red button there which shown as it has a plagiarism. Then it is showing me the direct where the plagiarism actually occurred. Where is the plagiarism? So that is the research paper from where I taken a little copy and paste content. So it will show like that. Nowadays the research, when you are submitting your research paper, the uniqueness should be 90%. Previously it was only 70%. 30% plagiarism it's valid. But now as the standards are increasing day by day, the uniqueness should be around 90%. So you should be very careful regarding it. The uniqueness of your research paper should be very high. Then only the easy acceptance of your research paper in a well preferred journal will be there. So here even the copying of some pictures, diagrams also will be identified. So be careful when you are, don't do copy and paste, don't copy and paste. Read the content of other journals, other research papers, other textbooks, and write by yourself, write with your, frame you with your own words, what you understood. That is the main important concept here. Then comes to the grammar checking. Grammar also, even though we are English medium students, we didn't have a good grip on grammar. We have a grip on technology, but we didn't have a good grip on grammar. So Grammarly is a software, online available software, which costs you around 2500 rupees per month. The premium version of the Grammarly is 2500 rupees per month. But now for your papers, I will show the technique where you can use freely, where you can download or you can use online. Just copy and paste as you did for the plagiarism. Copy and paste the content here. Then click on the button. Then it will show where the errors are there. And even it will show how much percentage of writing is correct and 43% issues are there. That means around 57% only I am grammarly correct, remaining all there are some mistakes. So you can correct these grammar mistakes also by using this software. By using this software, we can correct the grammar also. So these are the different, the software can be downloaded and even add as an add-in to your Chrome. So you can download the software known as Grammarly and you can use it for free. Whenever you are writing only, it will give the underlines and spellings and grammar will be checked. You can fix the spelling as well as grammar by using this software without any problem, and it's a free software. Actually, if you want high standard of evaluation of your research paper, you can go for a paid that costs around 2500 rupees per month. You can book it onlinely, but at this stage no need of going for a purchase version. You can go for free version. Even you can download the software and you can add it to the Chrome. One thing I want to tell you, all the softwares till now I said will work in Chrome only. So when you are implementing the lab sessions of all the lab sessions, you should work these lab sessions using Chrome only. So without Chrome, directly any other browser means some may not work. So these are the experiments or techniques which you acquired for writing a best research, and now it's the time for day 7. So conclusion is also completed, future work is also completed, plagiarism checking completed, and grammar checking is also completed. Then the remaining things are major things, that are the references, bibliography and author details. Bibliography is not compulsory. References and author details are main. What is bibliography? Bibliography is the thing, if you don't know from where, which paragraph you taken from where, overall idea, with the overall idea you written by your own, then you can add it in the bibliography. But if you are using the references, you have to, specific paragraph should be indicated. There are around 5 different types of references models, or their styles are there. Those are MLA reference style, APA reference style, Chicago reference style, Harvard reference style, Vancouver reference style. So these are the different 5 reference styles which are having where we can add it in the reference section. But one thing you have to remember, if you are following MLA, you have to follow MLA only total paper. All the references in the research paper should be followed with MLA. If you are following Chicago, then all the content should be followed using Chicago only. So these are the different 5 different styles. I will give you a demo where how to easily acquire the references, how to get the citation easily. So in other video I will make a how to prepare a Google Scholar. Actually how you are going to create a Gmail, how you are going to create a Google Drive. In the same way, if you are a real research scholar, you should have a Google Scholar. So that in another video we are going to discuss. Right now I am using my Google Scholar to get my research papers. In Google Scholar, if I type my name, As how you are using www.google, in the same way you can use Google Scholar. In Google Scholar, you can write your name, or directly I am writing in Google my name, and Google Scholar account will be opened. J. Vijay Chandra Google Scholar citations. So I am clicking on it with my picture, how many of the indexes are used, how many papers are used, from which year to which year, what is the I index, what is the H index, all the things will be displayed there. So I am selecting one paper, and even we can download from the Google Scholar also the research papers. But now, right now, I am using this for the sake of references. I selected a paper known as a practical approach to email spam filters. So in it, some cited this paper. So I want to first grab their details. Then double quotes will be there. There we have to click it. Once we click it, all the 5 different styles, you will see the double quotes. All the 5 different styles will be seen. It will display the double quotes. In the double, if you click on the double quotes, all the 5 different styles, the references will be displayed. Select one style which you like more, copy and paste it in your reference section of your research paper. And next I am going to show you the easiest way. Copy the title which you want. If it is a IEEE Explorer related research journal, go to IEEE. You can go to IEEE, and then from there also you can get the content of the reference. That means citation related content can be get from the IEEE also. Generally I prefer the content which for my research papers I will take the content from the IEEE. So not only this references, the bibliography, and sometimes you will take the data from internet resources. So if you are taking the data from internet resources, then also you have to mention in the references. How you have to mention, I will tell soon. So now I am going to Google, and I am going for the Internet Explorer, and I open the research paper in the Internet Explorer, so that there you can see the Internet Explorer research paper of mine is displayed. Then there is an option here beside PDF cite. Click on it. In plain text you will get, just copy it and paste it in your reference section. This is the easiest way to give references. This is the most easiest way. Then comes to the bibliography. As I said, you read some textbooks, some resources, some research papers, and you directly didn't include it in the research paper, but overall some content is used there. Then you can give directly in the bibliography. You can keep after references, you can write bibliography, and there you can mention the from where you used it. Then comes to the references if you took from the internet. White papers are kept by the industrial companies, software companies, and they can be referred, but there is no guarantee that lifelong the paper will be there. After 6 months, if new paper comes, that will be deleted, and new PDF will be kept in their official website. So you are taking those content from their official website. So for that sake, you can address in the way, the example I am showing here, University of Miami, Office of Privacy and Data Security, Security Advances Tips, Spear Phishing, linked to APT attacks in 2020, retrieved from 13/5/2020 and from the URL. So here you are going to give the name of the organization, field of the organization, area of the organization, as well as the PDF title. If it is a book, they will have some title. That then comes to the actual title of the research content you taken, that in which year you retrieved, on which date you retrieved, on from which URL you retrieved. That means so and so date it was there, but later it may not be there. So this is about how to write the references. Then the most important and final concept is author details. You have to write as a author your details and your professor's names or your friends' names as co-authors who are there. Their details should be given, name should be given, designation should be given, affiliation of author should be given. Insert the official photograph, passport size photograph you have to insert. Interested person, research areas of the author should be given, number of publications should be given. Finally, if he has any additional qualification, that also you have to give. Then the demo part for the how to write then author details. Already examples I am going to show, which I already written the author details of my research papers. IEEE research paper I am going to show. Actually, around 15 Scopus Index research papers are published and 2 papers are published in IEEE regarding mine. And let's check how to do it. Same technique, copy and paste the title, go to the IEEE Explorer. Top you see in the citations, no? Down you will see the author details. Come down, go to the end of the page of the IEEE Explorer, your research paper page. After coming ending of the paper, you can see the author details. Author details will be there. See here, J. Vijay Chandra regarding me and my guide Dr. Narasimham Chalagaru and Dr. Sai Kiran Pashpileti Garu also is there. We 3 combinedly written the research paper. So with you, your guides' names will be there. How many research papers they written, what is their specific interest of area of research, and or what are the additional qualifications they have, what are the certification courses they did. All such details will be given. Okay, anyhow, hope you all enjoyed the session. Thank you. If you like this video, please click the button, like button. If you also, you have to subscribe for more videos like this. If you have any doubts, you can keep it in comment section. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.